Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects from start to finish with easy to follow guides. So I'm here, if you saw the little cover image or read the description or the title of the video, I'm here for the walkthrough of my Sunniest Stories Scrapbooking Kit workshop. That's a lot of S's all in a row. So once last year, Stampin' Up! Released a kit scrapbooking workshop, which was called Make a Memory. I loved it. I created a workshop with it. You guys all loved the workshop. So I was super excited when this year rolled around and they just released another one. I was super excited to play with it. It has a completely different look than the other one. And the fun thing is it's got a completely different look than like lots of the designer series paper or the scrapbook workshop kits, right? It is a different look. It was super fun to play with. This one, I created something that looks completely different from the Make a Memory. So I thought I would just take you on a little walk through the pages that I've created. So there are 7 double page spreads in this workshop. So it's a big one. But so if you want to know anything more about me, about my workshops, about anything I do, it's all right there on my blog at chrisscreativelife.com. If you ever need to reach me, you can email me at chris@chrisscreativelife.com. That is my email address. And so if something funny happens along the way, or you have a question or any of those things, feel free to reach out. So all my workshop guides are a downloadable PDF. It is instant from my blog. Once you add it to your cart and check out, you should technically be redirected to download your files. You'll see a little purple download link, and then it goes to wherever you download files on your computer to. If that doesn't work, you should receive an email receipt also that has the download links in it. Now, everybody knows how hard it is to get by your spam blockers now these days with everything going on. So lots of times it will end up in junk or spam, or it does sometimes get blocked. If any of those things happen, feel free to reach out to me and I will send you a backup copy. Not a big deal because tech some days is our friends and some days it's not. So, but I just wanted to kind of explain to you actually what the process is so you can know what to expect. But let's take a look at what I used and what I created. And like I said, this one's really different than the one from last year. But there is more information on my blog if you're looking for it. Okay, so let's add my desk in here and take a look. Okay. Well, you don't need to look at my keyboard, but okay, I'm just going to move it down a little bit. So this is what you get in a download, right? So you don't have to print them. I do print them, obviously, for ease of you being able to see. You can just work off of your whatever device you download them onto if you don't want to print them. If you're ever having a hard time with like measurements or anything like that on the cutting guide, don't forget, if you're just watching on a device, you can enlarge your print if you need to. But the print in the printable version is pretty clear, I think. So there's like always, there always are typically the same unless there's something really different about a workshop. But this one follows my kind of general process. So there's a cover page, then there's the supply list, and I did use the Sunniest Stories Scrapbooking Kit from Stampin' Up. 6 pieces of basic black, 2 pieces of white willow, the sunset sparkle sequins, and then linen thread. There's just like some additional supplies suggestions. Obviously you need adhesive, right? Things like that. So I'm just going to move this out of the way because the lots of white, the camera doesn't like that. But so there are suggested photo sizes. If you want to switch out your photo sizes, go for it. I try and create lots of room so that you always have enough room for your photographs as well as the pages are decorated. It tells you the base colors. So then this one is a little bit different because it obviously is a kit, but it does show you where everything in the kit belongs on your pages. If you're cutting them, it tells you to cut them, where the die cuts go, all of those things, your photo mat sizes. So that's all the cutting guide. Then there are directions for each of the pages without all the extra decoration on top, because sometimes it's really important to see what's underneath, right? So that you know where things go. But then there are also large photographs of each of the layouts with a couple of detailed photographs. If you're a demonstrator looking to use this in your business, there is a demonstrator agreement at the end. If you have any questions about those, feel free to reach out and I am happy to answer them. So this is page 1. Love this. So like I said, it had a completely different feel than the Make a Memory from last year. I like that it's like bright, but there's also some muted basics in it. So I'm going to have adhesive fall over onto my layouts. But this is layout number 1. And then layout number 2, Amazing Family. And this is really pretty, like with the yellows and the petal pink, and then the little pops of the dark blue. Then layout number 3, The Best Chapter. And there are all sorts of little, like this I have actually adhered down. So, but it's a pocket. If you wanted to leave it as an interactive element, you could. You would just like slice your page protector, right? And then you could pop your journaling in and out. I had left it like that so that it's like a sheer decoration. And then layout number 4, hello, hello, hello. Lots of hellos. I love the like ledger paper in the background of this one, and I thought it kind of went perfectly with all the books from the scrapbooking kit. So like I said, I loved the kit, so it was super easy to play with. Then this will be layout number 5, Big Smile, right? And again, here, these are little interactive pockets. If you wanted to have them be interactive, you could leave them like that, but I use them for decoration. And then layout number 6, My Story. Check it out. Oh, one of my sequins has shuffled. I'll fix that after. So creating memories, lots of the blues, the pinks, the corals. And then the last layout is my favorite things. And the fun thing, right, about this kit is because it is in different languages, there were some extra pieces along the way that you could kind of add in. And that's how I got the 7th layout out of, oh, thank you, Peggy. That's how I got the 7th layout out of the kit. Like I said, I really, really enjoyed creating with the kit. There was so much to play with. Again, I do try and make it so that when you are finished with the products, you don't have a lot left over. And that is very intentional so that you're not putting stuff away on your shelf that you have to remember is there. I want you to use your supplies, get your photos on your pages, and not have them stored on your shelves. So we'll just walk back quickly through the layouts. This was 5. And I do like that even though they all kind of go together, they all have kind of a different feeling to them. So, and then 4, this would be great for like a school, like end of the year layout. And like I said, I think too, the fun thing about working with the kit is you can see how adaptable the layouts are, right? Like you're not really like laser focused into like if something is a fall theme, for example, that you have to have like fall photos or something like that. These are kind of just super fun, different, like this could be a graduation layout, right? Or it could be like when somebody's having a baby or getting married, right? The best chapter. Retiring, like all of those fun things. Okay, and then like Amazing Family could just be like a family event or everyday family life, all of those fun things. And then Love This, pretty generic. You could actually add like any kind of photos onto these layouts. So I actually said it during sketch camp this year that actually I love having my layouts assembled and then going to look for my photographs. I know sometimes it feels counterintuitive, but I could always alter a photograph to fit into a space on a layout. And so like I love just sitting there and scrolling through my photos and picking what I'm going to add to my pages as I go. I obviously don't add photos on until I am finished with all of the like the workshop and then the marketing and then having them up on my blog and all of that stuff. And then I do need them for general reference for a while, but then after that, then I go and I sit and I'm able to like pull my own photos onto the pages. So, like I said, I just wanted to really quickly walk you through Sunniest Stories because I really do love the kit, and I loved the whole concept when it happened last year for us. So I was super excited to play with this one. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. It's super easy to always reach me. You can reach me by email at chris@chrisscreativelife.com, or there's also tons of details on my blog too. There's like a frequently asked section. There is actually like a ton of information there. So if ever just curious about the things I do, you can go there and check it out. So I hope you guys all have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.